I would suspect that everyone here tonight has a situation in their life where they are compromising themselves, where you're not doing what you really want to do. And if you have a job because there's nothing else out there for you, if you have a job that you're really not loving, if you have something that you're doing that you're not adoring, if you're not doing something that's really fulfilling, then there's something else that's happening in your life. And if you're saying, well, it's really not practical for me to do these things, and I don't see how I'm going to put these other things together for myself, you're limiting yourself. Life is constant change, growth, and risk. You must be willing to risk that you're unlimited to find out if what I'm saying is true. If you're not willing to risk, then you're going to be repeating the past. And if you have found yourself stuck, it's not because there aren't opportunities out there for you. It's simply because you are identifying with the idea of being stuck. There is a greatness and a uniqueness and a challenge for everyone, and perhaps every moment, every day in your life, there are these opportunities for you to experience more of yourself. And the more you make demands upon yourself, the more your consciousness will go before you to create the fulfillment of whatever you're daring to believe about yourself. And it all starts with the way you're willing to treat yourself. Love yourself. And the only way you're going to experience loving situations, the only way you're going to experience the success in money, the success in feeling and looking good, the success in relationships, is by you being the action of whatever it is you want to experience. How can you expect other people to love you if you're constantly compromising yourself? How do you expect other people to accept you if you're different to them than what you really are? You put on this mask for that person and another mask for that person, and so those people are not responding to you, they're responding to your mask, and at the same time you're resenting them for not accepting you. Dare to be yourself. Dare to live out of your own self-identity, and that you don't have to worry about what's going on out there. All you have to do is to be in tune with the principle of being unlimited, and that any idea you are willing to look at, any belief system that you're willing to live out of, the form of that is eminent. And suddenly you look better, you feel better, and all of your situations around you reflect that self-identity. Any questions? Okay. Yeah.
When can I get started?
When can I get started, the question is. We're going to cover that in the next hour, okay? The other issue that came up was that it sounds like this is being selfish. When you're looking to do what's good for you is being selfish. It sounds like you're not being considerate of other people. Well, I would like for you to look at being considerate of other people. We have all these people in our life, and it's our job to be considerate of them. We got to be considerate to this one, and that one, and that one, and not one of these people is considerate of what we're feeling. They just expect us to be a certain way, so that we have to keep performing for these people. Now, I want you to look at that's being selfish for someone else to expect you to do things that you really don't want to do. That's being selfish for someone to want you to do something that you don't want to do or be. And that when you look at the principle, and we're only talking about a principle now, and the principle works whether you believe it or not. The moment you start to develop a consciousness of not being true to yourself, the moment you develop a consciousness of not considering yourself and considering only other people, does anyone here know people who only consider other people? Can I see a show of hands? I know people like that, and they're miserable. You know why? Because they have a price tag. And their price tag is, I can't understand it. Why you don't want to do this for me? I do it for you. Can anyone identify with that? Well, I'm telling you that the moment you look upon yourself as being the cause to all of these experiences, the people in your life will change because they are there by virtue of your own consciousness. If there are people in your life that are expecting you to compromise yourself, it's only because you are giving them permission. You're saying it's okay for you to make demands upon me. And the moment you make a decision, and the moment you decide not to do that anymore, the people in your life will change, and it may or may not be the same people in your life. What I want you to look at is how important is it for you to have people in your life that are constantly expecting you to do things regardless of the way you feel. I don't believe that's being selfish. We're talking about a principle. Consciousness becomes form. The moment you start to consider yourself and to consider other people, how do you consider other people? If somebody doesn't want to do something, it's best they don't do it. You invite somebody for dinner, and they say, well, no, I really don't want to come. You, oh, come on, I really don't want to come. Oh, come on. Who wants them there? Who wants them there if they don't want to come? You know, okay, I'll come. Terrific, you're going to come. And you're going to get their resentment, and they don't want to be there. You must be considerate of other people being themselves. And if they don't want to come, and they're telling you they don't want to be there, terrific. At least they're telling you up front. Instead of having that resentment, it's not being selfish as far as I'm concerned. And if you can look at yourself as setting the mode for the way other people are going to treat you, it's really selfish to do something else. Because they are going to get the benefit of your resentment if you're going to do things that you don't want to do. And then you say, but where are my friends going to come from? You're always going to have friends in your life. And your friends are going to represent the level of your self-identity. If you're going to identify as needing friends that you must compromise yourself for, then you'll have a lot of people like that. They'll come out of the woodwork for you. You know? And the same principle works on the other side of the coin. The moment you consider yourself as being worthy and important, and knowing that you are constantly creating all the time out of your own self-concept, out of your own self-identification, then you will create those people in your life who will respect you the way you respect you, to that degree. It's all mathematics. To that degree, they will respect you. Any other questions out there before we go on? Anyone stuck anywhere? Is there anyone else here who's looking upon this as being selfish? Because I would really like to address myself to that.
Harvey, not selfish, but one problem that I think I have is following my emotions. And they change a lot.
Okay.
So if I say, hey, I want to do this Tuesday, I just may not feel like it.
Okay.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And it may not be real strong, but just like if I just don't feel like it, there's a fear that I won't do anything.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And I don't know that I have enough trust to follow that all the time.
Okay.
Just to follow what I feel like doing.
Okay.
And have enough trust to see, hey, that's going to work and that's going to get me what I need.
Yes.
In my life.
Okay, so what you're saying then is that you don't know whether you can trust your feelings. Is that it? Okay.
And the area of agreements.
Okay. With other people.
Right.
Okay.
What I agree to do.
Okay. I would like for you to look at your feelings being your guide. Because there is a part of you that knows exactly what's best for you. To fulfill your own desires, to fulfill your own needs, to fulfill whatever it is for you that's going to make you feel complete. You have that knowledge within you. You know exactly whatever you need to know whenever you need to know it. And what I want you to do is to allow yourself to surrender to those feelings more often than not. If you have an agreement with someone to go someplace on Tuesday, and today is Thursday, and we're talking about next Tuesday, and when Tuesday rolls around and you no longer want to do that, why would you want to go? Why wouldn't you want to tell that person that you changed your mind? That you're not feeling you want to be there?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times I'll show up and have a great time.
Okay, right.
2, that I said I'd do it.